Hi folks, welcome back. So, I got an update for you. This video is about the firmware update 1.02 for the Nikon Z6III. What this is about is it had a fix for CF Express cards that was giving trouble to the camera, where when writing, the camera would freeze. And the only way to turn off the camera or get it unfrozen is by popping the battery out. So this was supposed to be a fixed. The videos that are coming after this will explain what the problem is, and I didn't have any crashes on the 4K 60 or the 4K 120, whatever. It only happened at the 6K 60. All right. And I think it has something to do with me either shaking the camera a little bit too much. You know, when you're holding it in one hand for vlogging and then you turn it to the other one. I've done experiments where if it was stabilized, no problem writing to the card. But only when I was moving when it had problems. Okay? And only with this one brand. I've used Pro Grade Digital, the Delkin Black. Anyway, those were the only ones that were working. The brand that was giving trouble with the Z6III, I'm not going to name it, but I'm going to send an email to Nikon and saying that the firmware update doesn't fix this type of memory card, just to let you know. And maybe they'll have a fix for it. But anyhow, watch the videos. I'll explain what's going on, and then I'll interject in between the ones that failed, explain more of what might happen. Okay, logging. AK 30, I think. I don't know, might be 60, but I'm doing that right now. Finishing doing my coffee. So I got a new firmware update to the Z6III. One of the fixes was the main one. Yeah, that looks good. Is that what it did? I'm in the screen. I'm trying to make it as good as possible. I'm using the 24 to 120 at f4. But anyway, getting back to this, I have a pro grade, no, I'm sorry. I have a brand that wouldn't work on the Z6III with the CF Express Type B card. And it failed. It would crash the camera while writing, and then what would happen was then I would have to, even if I turned it off, it would stay on because it's still out of memory or still waiting. Be patient. I just turned it off, and then I just popped the battery out, and then everything was reset. So quite a few people complained about that. Nikon had said that they fixed it. I installed a new 1.02 firmware update on Z6III. And this CF Express card, I'm going to put into the Z6III. And we'll see if it works. So why am I doing it at 8K? This one will be at 8K. The other ones will be like at 6K 30, 4K 120, 4K 60. Because the higher speeds were crashing the camera. So without reformatting the CF Express card, Type B, I'll put 4 more video clips on here, and we'll see if the firmware update worked. So this is the end on the Z9. Now I'm going to go to the Z6III. Once I see the recording, okay, found the recording. Here I come. Okay, update. it crashed. So it didn't work at 6K60 on this CF Express card. It showed the file, maybe the first step, and then it didn't write the file, so I couldn't play it. So I'm going to cut this off and then see if it, won't freeze again. Okay, to reiterate, what happened was at the end of the 6K60 recording, everything was going good. I said, oh, all right. So I used the Z9 card that was giving troubles with the Z6III. I probably didn't mention that in the first clip. And everything was working good until I took the camera a little bit, trying to find the record button so I could turn off the video, and it froze. Okay, so the next video, which you just saw after that, was why it froze. So we'll continue on with that 4K 120. Okay, 4K 120. When it crashed, what happens is everything freezes. So I could turn off the recording. That was no problem, but the camera wouldn't shut off. I opened up the door, and lo and behold, the camera turned off. I didn't even have to pop the battery out. But this is 4K 120, okay? So there's a higher crop. I just wanted to see if this crashes also. So you didn't see the 6K60 I was doing on here, but it crashed on a CF Express Type B card. So I hope it didn't do any damage to the Z8 that I did the intro with the same Type B card. But I'm just holding it around. And this is the 4K 120. Just going to do it like a couple of minutes to see if it crashes. So this is an update that I help people do. I just tell it like it is. I got the latest firmware update, 1.02 from Nikon, and doing like a 4-minute clip. I did like a 4 or 5 minute clip on the Z9, no problems. And that was at 8K, okay? Then I did with the same drive, which gave me trouble with the Z6III on this camera, and did a 4-minute clip, and it crashed just as I was going to turn it off. So I think what the problem was if I shake the camera a little bit too much, especially when you're either switching hands or to hold the camera, or like I did, I was looking for where the record button is, and it just stopped recording. So just sitting down, everything looks good. I'm going to turn it off and see if it'll play this video. All right, 6K60. I don't see the Z9 on here, so it might be in a different folder. So hope I didn't lose that file. But it did okay on 4K 120, but I wasn't walking around. And like I said on the last clip, I noticed that if I'm shaking the camera, that's when things start happening. When I'm switching hands from right to left. So if there's any more amount of shaking, that's where the problem was. That's when the camera would freeze. And when I mean by freezing is while I'm recording the file, the camera, even if I tried to stop recording, it wouldn't do anything. It just froze. Even turning off the power, the camera stayed on. So what I had to do was just pop out the battery to turn everything off. On this instance, when it froze at the 6K60, and I was walking around and I was shaking the camera at the end to turn off the recording, that's when it froze. So I'm just sitting here, minding my own business, telling you what the problem is I'm having with this camera, just to see if it's a shaking or will it write to the CF Express Type B card. It looks like it did 4K 60, no problem. It crashed on 6K 60. I did the 4K 120. It worked. I don't see the Z9 file, so when I put it in a post, I'll find out. But this is 6K 60. This situation was, all I had to do was open up the battery door and it turned off. So it did show the first part of the file, but it's not a video file, just a picture. So it crashed. It's kind of like if you turn off the power before it saves the ending of a video recording, it's just not good. So anyway, I'm not moving around and it's not crashing and it's at 6K 60. Okay, so I'm going to turn it off. So you'll see in the last video, okay, that it crashed again while I was walking around at 6K 60. So on the next video, I just took, I don't think that CF Express card was working. All right. And I have two 650s and then one, I think it's a 256. No, a 325. Okay, gigabyte on CF Express Type B cards. All the same manufacturer. They've all failed on the Z6III, at the higher speeds. So if you notice that if it was stationary, the camera did all right. And I did tests on other videos stating that when it was stationary, those cards work. It's only on those cards when I'm walking around moving, that's when it was crashing. So if you're doing some video work of some birding or something like that, and you're panning, that's not good. So anyway, let's watch the last video. Thank you for watching. Bye, folks. Okay, folks, it's crashed on me twice. I'm gonna go walking again. I put in the original CF Express card, Type B, that works with this camera. I'm going to prove a point. We're going to see if shaking also crashes the camera, because it never failed on this card. So it may be just the card. All right. So I got the latest firmware update 1.02. What do you think? It should be smooth. I'm using the 26mm. I'm switching hands. I'm trying to make the camera, I'm not going to shake it because that's cheating. I'm just walking normally, as I usually do, which is pretty fast. I'm just walking around to see if this camera freezes again. If it doesn't, after like 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, then it's the card problem still. Okay? And they said this was a fix. I don't see a fix. And maybe they'll only do fixes on certain memory cards. But I've been recording this for about almost 2 minutes. It's doing good at 6K 60. So the previous files was done on the card that was giving me problems. It doesn't have any effect on the Z8 or the Z9 or even on the Z6II or the Canon R5C. So I had no problems with using this memory card, and I've done videos on this. Okay, so this video is basically that the firmware update is not working for this CF Express card. So maybe I should notify Nikon saying, hey, on your firmware update, which I'm going to put on this video. I'm not going to name the company name, but I am going to write a letter or an email to Nikon on the situation and see what they said. I'm going to tell them what happened. I'm going to give them a link to my videos. This will explain what's been going on. So I had no problem at 4K 60 or 4K 120. And both times when it crashed, it went back to 4K 60. Okay? And the only time it was crashing at 6K 60. Alright? Right now I'm at 6K 60 on the Pro Grade Digital, whatever they call their, I've had no problems. Okay? The other brands like SanDisk or I haven't seen a Samsung, but those other options, Belkin or Delta. I think is it Belkin or Delta? Or Dilkin, probably Dilkin Black, but no problems with on this camera. It's just this brand. And anyway, this should be the last clip. It's been going for about 4 minutes. Let's walk around another minute, see if it crashes. Walk in the side of the house because I have to sign for something from B&H. More unboxings coming, but it's just a waiting game now. So I'm just walking around in the kitchen where it's nice and dark with this 26mm at f8. It's now at f2.8. Okay. Outstanding. Program priority is working pretty good and went to f2.8 in dark places. Kudos for that. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And anyway, so I'm going to end this video. So by placing this last one is going to state that, hey, it works on other express cards. The one that's giving me problems is not working. So anyway, thank you for watching. Just an update. Not all cards will work with this firmware update. Yet, the card that was giving me trouble works on any other camera except for the Z6III. So anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.